close. Stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right.
We good?
Yes, you're good.
I want to welcome everyone here. This is our 22nd meeting of the year. It is Thursday, June 5th at 10:05 a.m. And we will begin with public comments. You have 3 minutes and your name and address for the record.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was wondering if I could have just more than 3 minutes. I have some,
We got to keep on schedule today.
you always cut me off.
No, I don't. No. Who can cut you off? Keep talking, Anthony.
My name is David Beatrice. I'm the former chairman of the Democratic Party. I'm currently the chairman of the Board of Elections. Now, I heard some comments that were made, and I want to set the record straight. I would never, under any set of circumstances, ever allow a suppression of African-American votes as my tenure on that Board of Elections. Never. If I see anyone trying to suppress anybody's right to exercise their right to vote, I will jump on that like a mad tiger. Okay? Youngstown is the largest political subdivision in Mahoning County, but there's an inverse relationship between turnout and the rest of the county. In the last 10 years, the only time Youngstown had a larger turnout than the rest of the county was in this 2025 primary. And the only thing to vote on for the rest of the county was issue 2. And some of the other ones had some little minor liquor things or whatnot. And there was an 11% turnout in the city of Youngstown with 38,000 registered voters. We've lost about 2,000 registered voters in the city of Youngstown from 2020 until 2025. The numbers, and I'll bring up the charts next week, do not support the proposition that staying at Oak Hill drives up turnout. It does not. Okay? What people need is easy access to a building and transportation to a building. Now, WRTA, we cannot contract with them, but the commissioners can. Contract with them to provide free busing 30 days during the election from certain points of Youngstown to the Board of Elections and back. That is a contract that you are allowed to enter into with WRTA, okay? But we need a new building. That building is not, we are not compliant with state laws. And they just issued more security provisions for us. And all of us, the 2 Republicans and the 2 Democrats that took an oath to preserve and protect and defend those votes and those voting machines, we are violative of that because that building is not working. And so I don't want it to go anywhere where anyone has it. But these numbers that I have here, and I'll come next week with a chart, do not support. I'm a data guy. I base things on data. They do not support that having it at that Oak Hill is driving the number up. It is just, that's just a fallacy. And so I just wanted to say that, and I wanted to set the record straight that I would never, ever let anyone prevent anyone or make anyone harder for anyone to vote. And I want the building to be sufficient for people to vote. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Next.
We suggest they come into the middle to speak because we were not getting it on the podium.
Yeah,
Oh.
the auto switch is not pulling.
Okay.
Do you need me to do anything? No.
We got the audio,
Do
but
we need to move
we're not
the
getting the video. Just having a little tough.
Okay, so they want to come here.
Stand in the
Okay.
middle.
If you wouldn't mind, sorry.
You want the podium moved?
No, my,
No.
I can move the podium.
sure. Okay. Yeah.
Well, now we have all the attorneys in the room. Hello, Jerry Ingram. Got you, Jerry Ingram. How's it going?
I would do it, but I can't get up.
Attorney Ingram,
Better stuck here.
my other attorney.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Jerry, you might want to go on.
I have to go sit next to David.
Okay, who's speaking next? Please come forward. Master Sign.
Good morning to the commissioners and
Morning.
just want to express, first of all, my love for each of you and even the gentleman that just presented. Beatrice. But this is a serious issue and we want to, I appreciate his presentation and his facts that he tried to present today. What we're trying to say is that this move is going to further disenfranchise voters. To have them come to, yes, there's been trouble getting them even to the Oak Hill site, and we know that the numbers sometimes are down in certain elections. But we're going to further disenfranchise voters if we move it way out into Austintown. Let me just give this quick presentation because I'm representing the Community Mobilization Coalition, 25 minority organizations. Again, I'd like to address this issue. My presentation is just a follow-up on the presentation I made last week on the information we provided for you at your request to submit recommendations for sites within the city that would accommodate the needs of the Board of Elections and possibly other county agencies that you are proposing to move from the Oak Hill building. So my first question is, have the commissioners considered, looked at, or investigated any of the recommendations we gave you last week? My second question and concern has to do with your response to the requests we made for public hearings on this issue. The fact that this move has been proposed and being pushed by the Board of Elections without any public hearings or input from the residents of the county that it would affect the most is totally unfair. So have the commissioners plan or push for any public hearings on this critical issue? Because moving the Board of Elections outside of the city is definitely going to further disenfranchise voters in the city of Youngstown who already have challenges with transportation to participate in the election process. We also want to know how close we are in making this decision, because I've heard that there are already architectural drawings for the purchase Patriot Building with names of some of the county agencies on it, such as the Board of Elections, identifying their proposed designated space. And many have asked the question, could the millions of dollars that we have spent on and the millions that it's going to take to refit the building, why could that money not been spent on fixing the problems at the current facility or build a new facility on the adjacent property that the county owns? We keep hearing that a decision hasn't been made yet. We are still formally requesting that our county leaders hear and consider the concerns we raised to you today. Answer our questions, reconsider this move, schedule public hearings on the matter, and respond to the Community Mobilization Coalition directly before a final decision is made. This is a serious matter for the residents of the city of Youngstown. Youngstown is still the county seat, and we want the voices of the city residents to be heard. That is my presentation.
Next.
After nobody pushed you.
Anyone else?
Good morning. For the record, my name is Celestine Glenn. I live in the city of Youngstown. My address is 210 Beechwood Drive, and I am a voter. I also pay my taxes. And the reason why I felt compelled to stand up here today and to address the commissioners. Personally, I feel that it's a slap in my face as a taxpayer and also a voter. These positions were not appointed. These positions were voted people, such as yourselves. For those of us who live actually in the city, let me finish, please. Those of us who live in the city, some of you may be residents in the city, but I attended the meeting on last week. And one of the statements blended in came up about the suburbs. The money that we have within the city, most of us, we shop, quote unquote, in the suburbs. So in saying that, we want our dollars to stay within our city. Because if you look at such developments, Austintown, they got a Myers.
You have nothing.
So
You don't even have groceries.
we don't have anything in my residence. We have to go out to other stores. So to continuously take our funds, go out to the suburbs and shop, but we don't have a voice
Come on, Tim.
in what happens to our voting. I was out in that area on yesterday. Magic. People who do not get around would have to rely on WRTA. And those of us who have gotten on WRTA know that they'll take you so far and you have to walk the rest of the way.
That's right. That's right.
So in saying that, Oak Hill to move the Board of Elections out, that's going to interfere with those who normally vote. They will be discouraged because they can't get out there. So I'm appealing as a person who is active in the community to the best of my ability. Also, I'm a voter and I pay my taxes. So I want my money to stay here to support where I vote at. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, just 1 second.
Yes, sir.
I live in the city.
I know.
I lived at 970 East Philadelphia since 1990. I'm not
Correct.
just a resident. That's where my home is. So I just want to clarify that.
Oh, that's fine. Guess
Believe me,
what?
I am a-
I know where all of you live and I'm fine with it.
I'm not. Hey,
Thank you.
after 5 o'clock, I'm usually on the back porch with a cigar and a coffee. I'll make you promise.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Anyone else? No?
Jerry, you have any thoughts for us?
What's he gonna say?
Be interested in hearing.
Uh-oh.
Okay. One of my attorneys. There's my other one. There's, I got a flagship here.
Carol, you didn't have much trouble? You
Didn't have much
Attorneys on both
trouble.
sides?
No, I just, they all come to protect.
Carol, what did you do?
That's a good one.
It's a lot of work to keep her out of trouble, let me tell you.
Ma'am?
I just have a question.
Come on up.
Dave, is that personal or you're under Mahoning County? If you're her attorney?
My name is Annie Gillum. I live at 1724 Kimmel Street, Youngstown, Ohio. Very proud of my neighborhood and my city, and it's doing a lot better. I want to see it continue to look better. And I'm hating, and she brought up a very good point. I bet you there's 10, 15 grocery stores on 224. That's ridiculous, totally. All your, to me, all your government offices, your main government offices should be in your downtown area, where if, we know how to get around, in Youngstown, but if somebody else comes here, for them to have to go here, there, just all over the place, I think is ridiculous. And somebody brought up a very good point. Has anybody put a price or got some estimates on fixing pipes that we're complaining about in that building?
Oh.
Why wouldn't we get the
Ma'am.
price on fixing pipes instead of buying a new building? It just doesn't make any sense.
It's the entirety of the building.
It's the whole building.
All over?
The
So are
entire-
you gonna move everything out of the building
They're trying to.
Eventually, yes.
Eventually.
Yes.
and then tear it down, or are we gonna leave
We're not gonna
empty
look at it.
building?
We're not the school board. We're not gonna leave them stand forever.
We're not
I
gonna
have, we're not the school. I have a building in my neighborhood that's been empty for 30 years, a school building. I'm sure we won't leave it stand forever. No, we won't.
Okay, well,
Promise.
great. But I'm a believer that your government offices should be in the city. It just, to me, it's common sense, period. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next. Nobody? Okay. All right, that being said, we'll move into the business portion of our meeting and I'll ask for a motion.
Motion for the approval of previous minutes of board meeting number 21, Thursday, May 29th, 2025.
I'm sorry, I was a little bit slow. My name is Dee Smith. I live at 3502 Champlain Avenue in the city of Youngstown. And I just want to offer that even if you give a free pass to people for people to ride WRTA to the location, so it takes a long time. So if you have somebody on the east side, they have to take the 2 Oak downtown, and then they have to catch another bus to the place, and then take that bus back downtown. Then from there, the 2 Oak back to the east side. For families, and most people have children, that's a lot of time. So are you gonna provide childcare too? Or are you gonna give them a day off from work where you compensate them for that? That's more than a notion. So that's my thought. Thank you for your time.
Okay. You're pretty quick.
And just not to belabor the point, but as far as the early voting, there are absentee ballots. When you go vote early, it's an absentee ballot. It's just like if you would stick it in the mailbox. If you would get your vote in the mail, you put it in the mailbox, you don't have to leave your home. You don't have to worry about transferring buses. You could just mail your vote in, just like, and it counts the same way. The Board of Elections will tell you that's the same exact thing. Those ballots are put, how do they work? They're put into the machines. They're not tallied, but they're tallied, but they're not counted, however that works.
For working families, that can be a lot of steps in
I know, but
order
here-
to do
But
that.
to drop it in the mail, fill it out and put it in the mail, and I'm not picking a side on what we're doing, but I just want to explain
And
that
I'm just
that's.
offering a different
That's
perspective.
fine.
That's
No,
all.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, one more comment. Go ahead,
Okay,
Ellen.
good morning to
Good
you all. My name is Helen Youngblood, and I live here in the city. And one of the things that has perplexed me, and I worked at the Department of Human Services for 40 years, and I started off downtown. When we were downtown, there was problems with the parking lot. So they moved us from downtown over to the east side. I'm talking about Department of Human Services. And the Board of Elections was still up on Market Street. And finally, they moved down there. And the promises that the commissioners made to us at that time was that when we left McGuffey, that they was going to take us over to Oak Hill and everything that they was going to do in that building. And I could tell you this, I've been at Oak Hill for a number of years. I've gotten stuck in the elevator. I've had a lot of things happen to me. But let me tell you, the best looking office over there is the Board of Elections, because that's the only place they put money in. And all the rest of the offices, when I went over there, they gave me an office in a closet, but that was because I did union, okay? So whatever it does take to fix that building, that's what they need to do. And one of the biggest questions I have is that they're saying you bought a building. So if you bought a building, what are you going to put in it? So why would you buy a building before you knew what you were going to put in it and what the cost was going to be? And I'm really sure, just like Mrs. Gillum said, that it would cost less to go ahead and fix up what's wrong in Oak Hill. And so if you plan on tearing it down or doing something else, then say what it is that you're going to do. We elected you all. We expect for you to be truthful with us and to say where you're going. And that's all why we're down here every week, is to say that. And just to keep it going on and on without any reply from you all, I think it's a slap in our face.
All right.
That's just the way I feel.
All right.
There is no final solution. There is nothing to tell you what we're going to do because we haven't decided that. And to insinuate that we have, we're holding it secret. Believe me, you're going to find out. I'm the most vocal and the most open of the three of us. I'll say it. I will tell you what I can tell you. There has been no decision made who's going where. There's been no final decisions made. It's a process. It's a long process. This is government. It's different than.
Oh,
Your
and guess
household.
what? And
I
I've
know.
worked with government for 40 years and I know
can
Anthony.
appreciate that.
And
God bless you for
guess
that.
what? And with you, I don't know you, but I'm gonna say this, I know Carol too.
Okay.
And so that's why I stand here, because I know that she's part of this to want to move outside of the city of Youngstown. And for whatever the reasons are, that's what I believe. It don't have to be true, but that's what I believe. Because I've worked with you for a long time and I've seen a lot of the things that you have done. And so that's where I'm at with that. So I ask you to stay in the city of Youngstown, repair the building, or say what your agenda is and let the public know it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You have to get started.
Can we redo it?
Yes.
Okay. Motion.
Motion for the approval of previous minutes of board meeting number 21, Thursday, May 29, 2025, and approval of bills for payment.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner DeFabio,
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati,
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes. Journal entry.
Motion for the approval of journal entry number 1.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner DeFabio,
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati,
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes. Agreements, letters A and B, facilities, Alan.
Morning, Commissioner. A is an agreement with KL Quality Construction for installation of stainless shower systems at the Justice Center in the estimated amount of $31,200 general funds.
Thank you. And Lindsay from the prosecutors.
Good morning, Commissioners. Our agreement is with the law enforcement automated data systems to continue to pay the monthly subscription fee for the search system for that.
Thank you. Motion.
Motion for the approval of number 2, agreements A and B.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner DeFabio,
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati,
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Motion for the approval of resolutions number 1 additions.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner DeFabio,
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati,
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes. Record of bids 2A sanitary.
Joe.
Jill.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is for Craig Beach wastewater treatment plant. It's a belt press replacement and it is improvement number 544. It's at 2599 Grandview Avenue or Grandview Road in Milton Township.
Thank you. Motion.
Motion for the approval of number 2, record of bids A.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner DeFabio,
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yeah.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes. Resolution of awards 3A grants management. Anna.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Anna.
This is an award for the Woodworth Neighborhood Improvement Phase 4 project to RT Vernal Paving and Excavating, Inc. in the amount of $174,557. This is non-general and low bid.
Thank you. Motion.
Motion for the approval of number 3, resolution of awards A.
Second.
Roll call.
DeFabio,
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati,
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes. Resolutions A through E, letter A, Jen.
Morning. This is a resolution requesting certification from the auditor's office to levy a tax in excess of the 10 mil limitation for the Board of DD. It's a renewal of the existing 3 mil levy. It's the first step in the process.
Thank you. Facilities, Alan.
B is a resolution of necessity to purchase supplies and services from Grinnell Fire Protections through the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Program for various county departments in the estimated amount of $75,000. And C is a resolution approving an unpaid leave of absence for one employee of the department.
Thank you, sir. And Law Library, Susan?
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Audrey. Good morning, Nancy. This is a resolution approving the Mahoning County Law Library Resources Board enter into a 3-year contract with LexisNexis for online legal research in the amount of $4,248 for the first year.
Thank you, Susan. And Sanitary, Jill.
This is a resolution approving the collective bargaining agreement with the Mahoning County Sanitary Engineers Union, and it will go until May 31st of 2028.
Okay, thank you, Jill. Motion?
Motion for the approval of number 4 resolutions A through E.
Next, roll call. Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yes.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes, for the good of the order, any elected officials or department heads like to comment? No?
No.
Carol, Gino?
I don't have a thing to say. Thank you.
Gino?
I just want to say, there's a big push now with property tax and what the state's proposing and the ballot issue to remove all property tax from the state of Ohio. That's, property taxes are too high. I would encourage everyone to look at their, on the auditor's website, it's a great website, and see where the amount each subdivision is getting. Because I would hate for that to happen. And that defunds our mental health and recovery board, our children's services, our senior levy, it's everything. We need to look at property tax. We need to lower them. They need to fix it. But it seems it's a state issue. The state is supposed to pay for, let's just say it, the bulk of the money goes to the schools. I think the schools have to do a better job with what they get. Because they're forcing people out of their homes and it's not right. And for our state reps not to address it for the last 30 years, that's on them.
It's true.
They're suggesting that we fix it somehow, and it's not fair. It wouldn't be fair to us. It wouldn't be fair to the residents. So I would encourage everyone to call their state reps and tell them they need real reform in how the property taxes are levied, how they're collected, and where the money goes.
True.
It's a huge issue. You can't sit there and ignore it.
No, I agree. And, the Supreme Court has chastised the legislatures, 3 different opinions over the years about how they're going to fund the schools and take the burdens off of all of us that have to pay these continuing property taxes along with inflation, groceries, and everything. And I just want to say I feel all your passion here in the room today. You don't want to lose everything. And I think that's what everybody's afraid of. We want people to move in to the city. We don't want people leaving Youngstown, and the city looks beautiful. There's been a lot of things done downtown. There's a lot of wonderful opportunities down here for investments. There are businesses that want to come here. The downtown has been beautified. I'd like to see the Cavelli Center utilized a little bit more. Start bringing in some acts and let them use it. We have a beautiful community here. And again, I want to thank everybody on, both sides of this issue for your passion in addressing us as your elected officials. Okay, Nancy, what's that, Carol?
I don't have a thing.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to say something.
No, I'm done.
Okay. When's our next meeting?
Next Thursday, right here.
Okay.
Done.
Got motion?
Motion to adjourn, if that's okay.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner DeFabio?
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati?
Yep.
Commissioner Trafficant?
Yes. Thank you.